What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of your favorite internet cooking show, Smell What Coop is Cooking. I'm your host, Coop. On last week's episode, we made those super fire mashed potatoes. I asked you guys to let me know in the comment section what you would pair these with. Thank you for all of your comments. On today's episode, I'm going to show you exactly what I did because we're hooking up a super fire, super delicious meatloaf. Full recipes in the description. Let's go.
You know what? I will have some meatloaf. Let's have some meatloaf.
You want some?
Yes. I knew you'd come. Hey, Mom! The meatloaf!
All right, you guys, let's get it. And as always, let's start with a little bit of prep. Here I've got some sliced onions and green bell pepper. Gonna break this down even further by adding it into my food processor. Chop that up until we've got some nice small pieces like this right here. Now let's jump straight over to the stove. Got my cast iron pan preheated. Gonna hit it with about a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil, and straight in goes the onions and pepper. Let's saute these veggies up until they start to get soft and take on a little bit of color. At that point, we're gonna throw in a tablespoon of minced garlic. Keep mixing all that around until well combined, and continue to cook these onions, peppers, and garlic for another minute or two. Back over to the cutting board. In this bowl, I've got 1 pound of 93.7 lean ground beef and 1 pound of Italian sausage. I remove the casing around the sausage so we don't have any chewy bits in our meatloaf. Into that same bowl, let's add our cooked up onions, bell pepper, and garlic, 1 teaspoon each of smoked paprika, onion powder, garlic powder, Italian seasoning, and thyme. Hit it with some salt and fresh cracked black pepper to taste. About 1/4 cup of freshly chopped Italian parsley. Some of that good Worcestershire sauce. Here I've got 2 eggs that have already been beaten inside of my bowl. I'm gonna add 1 cup of panko breadcrumbs. Give that a nice little mix until well combined. And this is gonna act as a binder for our meatloaf. Go ahead and add that directly into the bowl. And last but not least, hit it with 1 cup of ketchup. Grab your lunch lady gloves and get those hands in there and mix this meat mixture all the way up. Continue to mix all of those ingredients until well combined. And when you're finished, your meat mixture should look a little something like this. This meatloaf has a decent amount of fat in it from that Italian sausage, so we're not going to need any butter, oil, or parchment paper. Let's go ahead and add that meat mixture in, pack it in tight so we don't have any crevices in there. And once you've got all of your meat mixture inside, make sure you pack it in nicely. And once you got your meat packed in nicely like this, it's time to add it to a 350-degree preheated oven for about 45 minutes. Thank you for watching another episode of Smell What Coop is Cooking. Still on the push to 1,000 subscribers. Last time I checked, we were at about 992. So I need about 8 more of you guys to hit that subscribe button. While that's in the oven baking off, let's go ahead and make a little bit of a ketchup sauce that's gonna go on top of our meatloaf. In this bowl, I've got about 1/2 cup of ketchup, about 1/4 cup of your favorite steak sauce. And last but not least, let's add about 1 tablespoon each of onion and herb seasoning, Italian seasoning, and dry thyme. Grab yourself a little spoon, give that a good mix. And now you've got a delicious ketchup sauce to put on top of your meatloaf. After 45 minutes have passed, let's pull our meatloaf out of the oven, and it's already looking good. Let's pull our sauce back out and then add a generous amount on top and brush that in evenly until your entire meatloaf is coated. And once we've got that meatloaf brushed down in our sauce, let's throw it back in the oven for an additional 15 minutes or just long enough to caramelize that sauce on top. What's going on, fam? You want to let your boy know how he's doing? Go ahead and hit that like button, take it a step further, and drop a comment. And after an additional 15 minutes of cooking, your meatloaf should look a little something like this. Let's pull this bad boy out of the pan. Meatloaf's already looking super bomb. Let's hit it with some more of that fresh sauce on top. And despite my better judgment, I'm not gonna let this rest any longer. I'm cutting right into it so I can add a few of these slices to a plate. Let's load up a couple slices of this fire meatloaf on our plate with those super bomb mashed potatoes that we made last week. I'll leave a link so you can check that recipe out as well. And there you have it, folks. Coop's super fire, super delicious, homemade meatloaf with mashed potatoes, gravy, and veggies on the side. Like always, my mouth is watering, so let's go ahead and grab a fork and get this week's scoop for Coop. And this meatloaf is everything you hoped and desired a meatloaf would be. Moist, full flavored, saucy. Just a couple of words to describe how bomb this meatloaf is. This recipe is sure to have you yelling,
Ma, the meatloaf!
Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Thank you for rocking with your boy for another episode of Smell What Coop is Cooking. Working to get the channel over that 1,000 subscriber hump. I only need a couple more of you guys, so don't forget to hit that subscribe button and let everybody around the water cooler know you found this recipe on Smell What Coop is Cooking. I'm gone. There you have it, you guys. Coop's super fire, super delicious meatloaf. Pair this one with that mashed potato recipe from last week, and you got yourself a home run. Let me know what you think of this one in the comment section. Catch you guys next week. Until then, don't forget to like my ish, share with a friend or foe you already know. For any special business inquiries,
investors, possibly you.
Hit your boy up at smellwhatcoopiscooking@gmail.com, and we'll catch you guys right back here in the kitchen next week for another episode of Smell What Coop is Cooking.